We have arrived. It is the business end of the season, and every match is now win and in. Here is the playoff bracket. And honestly, every match is incredible. Let's have a quick refresher of my predictions and go into a bit more detail about the matchups and my thoughts, why I made the picks I did. Starting with Prismatic Ice Shards versus the Philadelphia Politoeds. As I said in last week's video, this is probably the hardest match for me to pick. Ice Shards have been so consistent all season long, and Weens has been really creative with team building every single week. But after a slow start, Chris and the Politoeds have been on a massive tear, winning 3 in a row and 4 out of their last 5, after seemingly figuring out the best way to run super strong core 4. In this matchup, we have 2 very different approaches to the draft, with Chris opting for all of the most expensive mons in the league and supplementing those with good lower tier value, whereas Weens looked for consistent mid-tier picks that could synergize and offer tons of flexibility throughout that season. For most of the season, it looked like Weens' approach was the correct one, but then, like I say, something clicked with the Politoeds, and in the second half they looked like a completely different team. And that momentum, that X factor, is what I think will get them the win here. It will be an incredibly close match, and Weens' creativity could absolutely win out. But my money is on Goldango. Okay, let's have a look at these teams. It is exactly what we've seen week in, week out from Chris. Same 6, I think he brought the last 3-4 weeks. Kind of shocked, not shocked. On Weens' side, it's probably the best 6 he could bring for this matchup. Typhlosion looks so good here. The main threats from the Politoeds the last few weeks have been that Goldango and Frostlass, and a Terra Fire Eruption will just delete those 2 from the game. King Gambit is gonna do King Gambit things. Without Terra, Stuff Punch, Kowtow Cleave will destroy Goldango and Frostlass. With Terra, if Chris is going with the Terra Fairy, Ironhead gone. Monkey Dory has been so damn good. I'm still shocked at how good that thing's turned out to be in draft. The bull is really good in this matchup as well. Intimidate for the Ogerpon, the Iron Hands, the Gliscor, water damage into Chi-Yu, into Gliscor. Just have to be careful of clicking Wave Crash when an Ogerpon can switch in. And of course, you have that time Sinistcha. It does Sinistcha things. It's going to keep everyone safe. It can do Trick Room. It can put out a surprising amount of damage. Oh, and I also forgot the Bronzong. Partly because I've never really liked Bronzong, so I tend to gloss over it. But it's still one of the best Trick Room setups in the game. Trick Room, Iron Defense, Body Press, slap some leftovers on it, you're good. For the Politoeds, I'm not seeing what Chris will do differently from what he's done the last 4 weeks. Fake out pressure from Iron Hands, keep that Goldango safe. Make It Rain is a really powerful move unless it's resisted, and fortunately for Chris, there are quite a few resists to it on the Ice Shards, but Shadow Ball is great into Typhlosion, it's great into Monkey Dory, it's great into Sinister, was also great into Bronzong. Dazzling Gleam is great into King Gambit, it's great into Tauros. So get one nasty plot off and that thing will sweep. Ogerpon, I think, is going to be mostly there for the support. It can hit Typhlosion pretty hard, it can hit Tauros pretty hard, but other than that, I don't see the damage output being fantastic for it. And I'm guessing Frostlass is there for speed control. Iron Hands is probably there for fake out support and to just be really bulky, annoying Iron Hands. GU can put in some work here actually. The only thing really that GU can't absolutely destroy is the Bull. Flamethrower for King Gambit, Dark Pulse for pretty much everything else. If Chris plays this right, that Chi-Yu can pop off here. Finally. We've been waiting for a Chi-Yu sweep. And I think if Chris plays this correctly, that Chi-Yu could go insane. Gotta be careful of those Scarf Icy Winds though. Don't want to be giving that King Gambit any more power. I think Gliscor could go pretty well here. This has got me really intrigued now. So, enough talk. Let's watch the fight. Game 1 of the Season 2 playoff. We got Goldengo Frostlass for the Politoeds, Tauros and Typhlosion for the Piss. Terra coming out from the Politoeds into Goldengo. It is Terra Fairy. Protect from Tauros. What's the Frostlass going to do? Frostlass Shadow Balls into Typhlosion. Not enough for the KO. Flamethrower does take out the Frostlass. Now what's the Goldengo going to do? Another Shadow Ball? No, just a Dazzling Gleam. This should be enough to take out the Typhlosion though. Yep. That's a fairly decent trade there, I think, for Weens. Got rid of the speed control at the cost of your Typhlosion. Iron Hands comes out for the Politoeds. And Monkey Dory. It's a Specs Goldengo. Okay, so we're not going to see any nasty plots from that. Tauros switches out into Sinister. Goldengo switches out into Chi-Yu. That's a dangerous swap. Sludge Bomb into the Chi-Yu. Does good damage. Bulldoze. Bulldoze Iron Hands. KO's his own Chi-Yu though. Gets those important speed drops on the Monkey Dory and the Sinister. Goldengo comes back out. Now, will Weens click Trick Room here? Dazzling Gleam, Goldengo being the fastest thing on the field is a bit crazy. But it's not going to be enough. Psyshock into the Iron Hands. That's well over half. The Wild Charge Finishes off the Monkey Dory. Surprised he clicked Dazzling Gleam there. Machigotcha doesn't get hit. Doesn't hit the Iron Hands. Doesn't do a great deal to that Goldengo either, but we get some recovery back. Oh, it gets a burn on the Goldengo though. Not important for the damage mitigation, but that chip damage is soon going to add up. Back comes the bull. Yeah, very surprised at that play there with the Dazzling Gleam. Terra on the ball, looking to not be weak to the Iron Hands anymore. Terra Grass. Actually not be weak to the Dazzling Gleam either. Rage Powder from the Sinister. Wave Crash. Removes the Dengo. By Cheese String. Life Orb Ball. Wild Charge into the Sinister. Doesn't do anything. This should be game 1 to Weens. Wave Crash. Yep. Finishes off the hands. Game 1 goes to the piss. So there was 2 mistakes I think Chris made there that cost him the game, and that was locking into Dazzling Gleam on Goldengo when Shadow Ball probably would have been the stronger move. But more than anything, was switching in that Chi-Yu while bulldozing with Iron Hands. I'm guessing that was a misclick or just a not thinking moment. But the team looked strong. I think I'd be bringing Ogerpon in this second game though. Game number 2. Can Chris turn this around? Keep his playoff hopes alive. Ogerpon Goldengo. There is the Ogre. Same lead for the piss. Getting that Intimidate down on the Ogerpon. Weens is in a bit of a predicament here though. Because Ogerpon and the Goldengo both threaten super effective damage against this Typhlosion. Double Protect though to scout out what they want to do. There's the Follow Me. Keeping that Goldengo safe. Shadow Ball into the Typhlosion. But now Weens has a good idea of what Chris wants to do. Ivy Cudgel, he switched it up. Oh, that Intimidate was key. Wave Crash into the Goldengo. That was great damage. Recoil plus Life Orb though. Will-O-Wisp connects, burning the Ogerpon now. That is no longer a Pokemon. Shadow Ball, oh, into the Tauros. Expected that Ivy Cudgel to pick up, but because of all that recoil, the bull goes down. Out comes the Monkey Dory. Fake out pressure now for the piss. Ogerpon switches out. into the Frostlass, expecting the fake out into that slot. Goldengo also switches out into the Chi-Yu, keeping that Dengo safe, knowing there's nothing much that Typhlosion can do to Chi-Yu. Correctly calls the fake out, doesn't affect Frostlass. Shadow Ball into the Chi-Yu, resisted, not doing a great deal. Brilliant double switch there. Monkey Dory switches out. Into Sinistcha. Gets a heal down on that Typhlosion. Very risky play though. Here's the Icy Wind. That's a lot of damage to Chi-Yu. But crucially, because of the hospitality healing, doesn't KO the Typhlosion. The Dark Pulse though does pick up the Sinistcha. Flamethrower. We saw this one shot in game 1. It one shots again. Really surprised that after one Icy Wind that Chi-Yu outsped Typhlosion. Ogerpon comes back onto the field. And there's the Monkey Dory. Ween's down to his last 2. It's a Sash Chi-Yu. Not that it matters now, its Sash is broken. Terror from Weens. Has to be going into the Monkey Dory. Yep. Terror Dark. Spiky Shield from the Ogre. And a Protect from Chi-Yu. Interesting. Wait. Fake out. Double Protect to block the fake out. Yeah, makes sense. This should just be a redirect, finish off Typhlosion. We know the Chi-Yu is faster, but it won't outspeed the Monkey Dory. Terror from Chris into the Ogerpon, getting rid of that poison weakness, giving it that +1 special defense. Ivy Cudgel into the Typhlosion. No! Oh, into the Monkey Dory. Heatwave. Chi-Yu's faster than Monkey Dory? That's crazy. Sludge Bomb into the Chi-Yu. Not enough to pick up the KO. Gets a poison. But this should now be game. I'm really surprised at how low Monkey Dory is being built here. Here's the Ivy Cudgel. This should be game. Yep. Politoeds. Big game 2. On to game 3. Yeah, I'm shocked that Monkey Dory wasn't outspeeding Chi-Yu there. Guess you don't really need it to outspeed Chi-Yu, but I'm pretty sure you can make it outspeed Ogerpon. Monkey Dory's really fast, or at least I thought it was really fast. So, for me at least, I'd be wanting to make it outspeed the Ogerpon because it's got the super effective Sludge Bomb into it. So by proxy, it would also outspeed Chi-Yu. I think. I'm sure Ogerpon. Yeah, Ogerpon is faster than Chi-Yu. Speed tiers, man. Something that comes with experience. But here we go, game 3. Who will advance to the semi-finals? of the Regal Draft League. Ogerpon Frostlass on lead for the Politoeds. Monkey Dory Typhlosion for the Piss. Frostlass is scarfed. Ooh, Frostlass switches out into Chi-Yu. Not wanting to take a Shadow Ball. But Typhlosion switches out into the Bull, expecting that Ivy Cudgel, getting the Intimidate down on the Ogerpon, which just spiky shields. Shadow Ball on Monkey Dory. I like it. I call on not going for the fake out into the Ogerpon though. That spiky shield was fairly obvious, but you still see so many people go for it. There's the Horn Leech. Great call there. Dark Pulse into Monkey Dory. Doesn't quite pick up the KO. Sludge Bomb into the Ogerpon. Does. That's a clutch live by Monkey Dory there. See where the speed EVs have gone. Frostlass comes back out. No more redirection. Will he risk the King Gambit switch in? Expecting that Icy Wind. Monkey Dory switches out. Is this going to be a King Gambit? Or is it... No, it's a Typhlosion again. Disappointed. There's the Icy Wind. Not really doing a great deal to either. Ritz the Bull. Psychic Chi-Yu. Brilliant. I'm pretty sure he's used that in other matches, but it's still not something you see a lot. Back out into Chi-Yu. Icy Wind again. Finishes off the Monkey Dory. There's the flinch. Flamethrower. Going to pick up the Frostlass. Flamethrower gets disabled. Probably doesn't make much of a difference. Who's the fourth? There's Goldengo there for the Politoeds. Who's the fourth for Piss? It is the King Gambit, finally. Oh, Supreme Overlord King Gambit. No wonder he didn't switch it in. Terror from the Politoeds. Going to be into the Dengo? Yep. Is that Terra Fairy? Protect on the Typhlosion. Protect on the King Gambit. Wanted to see what Chris was going to lock into. He does lock into the Dazzling Gleam. Now, Weens has a very important choice to make. Do you Terror the King Gambit or do you Terror the Typhlosion? Here's that Terror. Who's it going to be? It is the King Gambit. There's the Heat Wave. Not very effective on either. Dazzling Gleam. Oh, does pick up the Typhlosion. King Gambit all by his lonesome. Ironhead. One hit KO. G-String goes again. This is crazy. GU versus King Gambit. Sucker Punch Mind Games. You have to think that GU wins this though, yeah. Dark Pulse, no longer resisted, yeah. Wow. What a match. That was absolutely incredible. Even closer than I was expecting it to be. And I was expecting it to be a razor close battle. GG's to Chris on what has been an incredible turnaround. I don't think there's any more I can say about how good Weens has been all season long. Weens has been absolutely incredible. To be pushing for an unbeaten regular season in draft is mind-blowing. Unfortunately, he came up against a Politoeds team that have suddenly, out of nowhere, figured out the best way to run their squad. Hopefully, we see Weens back next season, because they've been an absolute revelation in this league. But now, let's see who Chris will be playing in those semi-finals. Ohio City Dogis versus New York Latios. Fluttermane and the Three Bears. The Dogis won the week 3 match between these two, which was swiftly followed by a total and utter collapse, where they lost the next 3 on the bounce and looked like they would barely make the playoffs. Twimbly righted the ship. TCL, on the other hand, stayed very consistent, showing the learnings from season 1, with that week 3 loss being the Latios' only defeat before a week 7 meeting with the number 1 seed Piss. So why did I pick the Dogis to win this? The answer to that is in their battle versus the Woobats. The aggression they showed in that battle, it seemed to be missing during the slump, and if it's returned, I think the result will be the same as week 3. The power level of the two teams is very similar, but I feel the Dogis have the ability to pile on pressure with more immediate offense. Both teams have good speed control. Both teams have good setup options. The Latios have a super fast support in Persian that also gives them fake out pressure. Secret weapon though, I think, is on the Dogi side. I think it is Pachirisu. The world champ difference, the redirection, the additional speed control with Nuzzle, tech moves like Eerie Impulse, Super Fang, Encore. It can enable the rest of the team to do what needs to be done. Where the Latios have an advantage is with bulk. TCL can take a balanced approach, just try and outlast the Dogis with the natural bulk of mons like Zapdos, Goodra, Fluttermane on the special side. Pivot around and try and keep the Dogis off balance, never letting them get settled. Pretty much, I think, what we'd expect from TCL. Zapdos has been incredible for them since they brought it in. Blow King is, in my opinion, one of the best true setters around. Can't be taunted. Chuck a covert cloak on it, can't be faked out either. You're going to get up Trick Room, it's so bulky. Goodra, being a dragon type, isn't threatened by a huge amount on the Dogis squad. It is that Enamorous, but it's one mon, you can play around it. And the Scizor. Additional Tailwind, if needed. Priority bullet punch. It's just an all-round strong mon, especially if you go the setup route on it. And then of course you've got the big two, Fluttermane, Ursaluna. For Twim and the Dogis, I'm surprised to not see Pelipper. But at the same time with the Enamorus and the Ursaluna, you have an insane Trick Room mode. Again, Oranguru within the focus can't be faked out, so Mental Herb stops it from being taunted. It really bulk. It's going to get Trick Room up for you. Overquill to intimidate the Ursaluna. Urshifu, because it's freaking Urshifu, it's gonna delete stuff. And Pachirisu, the world champ difference. Mon, I thought was going to be key in this match. I think that Mon is going to be so strong in this battle. Let's see exactly how this match plays out. Game 1. Zapdos Slow King facing down Oranguru Pachirisu. It should be Follow Me Trick Room, but who's going to predict the Trick Room in my Trick Room? Or are we going to see a tailwind from Zapdos? Ooh, Oranguru switches out. Expecting the Trick Room from PCL, he brought out the bear. Skittles waggles his finger, and there's the tailwind. Great read by TCL there. Green Slowking. Oh, I like it. He's Flame Orb. Okay. That's interesting. Zapdos switches out. In comes Goodra. Blood Moon protects. Slowking fast, trying to trick the Flame Orb onto Ursaluna. Encore by the now slower Pachirisu. That's crazy. Terra from Twin into the Blood Moon. Terra normal. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Follow Me from the Pachirisu. Surprised that Slowking didn't switch out. Tricks that Flame Orb onto the Pachirisu. Gets a Covert Cloak in return. Massive Blood Moon coming out. Where's it going? Into the Goodra. Oh, wow. I'm shocked that did so little. Terra normal, Life Orb boosted, Blood Moon. Sure, you got the screen up there, but holy. Gotta expect the Slowking to switch out now. Flame Orb's gone. It's encored. Yep. There's the switch. In comes the Fluttermane. Booster into speed. Follow Me from Skittles. Dragon Pulse this time. Oh, that does a ridiculous amount of damage. Type of Voice. That's a stupid bulky Goodra. Tailwind is now gone. This is fascinating. That light screen has been so good here. That Goodra being so bulky yet still somehow managing to put out that amount of damage. The bear protects. Moonblast from the Fluttermane into Skittles. All the other Skittles is gone. Dragon Pulse into the now protecting Blood Moon. Light Screen is now gone though. Candy comes out. That's got to be the Enamorous. Yep. Ooh, Blood Moon switches out. Into the Oranguru. Imprison. Oh, I love it. Springtide Storm, though. Misses the Fluttermane, but should pick up the Goodra. Yep. Slowking comes back out. Thunderbolt Flutter. Great call. Ooh. I expected that to do more damage. There's a light screen though. Instruct. There's a Springtide Storm. Misses on Fluttermane again. And again. 3 in a row. That Flutter's got its dancing shoes on. Thunderbolt should pick up here though. Yeah. Bye bye Cotton Candy. Future Sight. Foul Play goes into the Fluttermane though. Not exactly got a great attack stat though, so not doing a huge amount of damage. The bear comes back. Ursaluna protects. Moonblast into the protect. Slowking is faster. Trying to get that covert cloak now onto the Ursaluna, but Foul Play going to finish the job. We have the Zapdos. 2v2 here. Moonblast. Ooh, it lives. Zapdos Thunderbolt. Not going to get off that. Not going to live that. Foul Play into the Fluttermane again. Not going to do a great deal. Moonblast. Ooh, it might live here. The Bolt. Yep. Rangaru's going to live. It doesn't pick up the KO though. Oh my god. Game 1 goes to TCL and the New York Latios. That was crazy Slowking set. I was not expecting any of those moves. TCL is so creative with some of the sets that he comes up with. It was a really close battle, and I don't think there's much I would change on either end. Having seen the imprisoned Fluttermane, I probably would not bring Enamorous if I'm Twin. I would be bringing one of my special attackers, my physical attackers, instead because of the light screen. I'd probably go Urshifu because it'll crit straight through screens with Surging Strikes. But then the problem we have is Urshifu is weak to that Fluttermane. But game 2. Can Twin turn it around? Same lead, Zapdos and Slowking. Ooh, we see the Overquill. Intimidate not going to matter. Now, does the Slowking have Reflect as well? Which is why I was thinking Urshifu instead of that Overquill. Follow me from Patchy. Tailwind from Zapdos. There's the trick. Pachirisu gets the Flame Orb. Slowking gets a Covert Cloak. Gunk Shot hits. Oh, crit. May have mattered. That is a stupid powerful move. Comes the Goodra. Overquill switches out. Into the Oranguru. Follow me to bring the ape in safe. Rick again. Takes the Flame Orb back. Gets a Covert Cloak. Counter. Okay. Slowking gets burnt. Now it switches out. Into the Flutter. We know it's booster speed. Dragon Pulse into the Pachirisu. On-call will fail. Rick Room goes up. Volt Switch. Letting him bring out something. To the Ursaluna. Dragon Pulse into the Ursaluna. Does way too much damage. Trick Room's his own Trick Room. Brilliant. Brilliant read. I was kind of baffled by the whole Volt Switch play. I was expecting the swap of Oranguru, but that read of reversing the Trick Room, it was just phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Hyper Voice. Oh, almost takes out that Fluttermane. Instruct. Here's another one. This will take out the Fluttermane. That Goodra, man, is so bulky. So bulky. Is a Dragon Pulse. Doesn't quite do enough. Slowking returns. Blood Moon. Will this be enough? Yes. That was enough to deal with that annoying dragon. And the bear goes down to Life Orb Chip. Foul play. Super effective. But again, Slowking doesn't really have the best attack stat. Back comes the Overquill. And that should be game. Terra on the final remaining Pokemon. Terra Water. Removing his weakness to the Dark type. Foul play, doing even less damage now. Trick. Sending the Flame Orb over to the Overquill. Getting a Choice Band. That explains the huge damage that thing was putting out. Now we have a burnt Overquill. But I don't think that's enough to save the Slowking. Encore. Gonna send that Choice Band straight back again. A great play as well, actually. Thinking about it. Encore into Trick to get your Choice Band back to mitigate some of that damage loss. Some absolutely incredible reads by Twim there. That's more how I expected the Dogis to play. Get into position and start piling on the pressure. Because the squad that they have is so aggressive. I feel like it works better when you're pressing the buttons. It is almost a hyper aggression team where you just click buttons and you win or you lose. There's no real balance mode where you can switch around and play the positional game and slow everything down. But here we go, game 3. Who is going to face the piss? Ursaluna and Slowking on lead for BCL. Pop Rocks and Skittles for the Dogis. Slowking switches out. Okay. Into Sizzle. Oh, the Sizzle came to this one. That's a big switch up from game 2. Terra normal Overquill. Volt switch into the Sizzle. Into the ball he goes. Up comes the Oranguru. Crunch. Oh, that's a lot of damage. High horsepower. Now resisted. Nope. Now not super effective. Into the Spiky Fish. This is the board where you want to be clicking that foul play. You do know that Ursaluna doesn't have the Flame Orb anymore though. That is, of course, on the Slowking. So I guess that's a Swords Dance Leftovers set. Overcoat switches out. Into the Skittles. Fizzle going out. Okay. Into Zapdos. Close combat. Oh. I'm surprised that did so little damage. Foul play into the Zapdos. Rocky Helmet Zapdos. I missed that in the previous match. Previous game, I should say. How is this turn going to play out? Are we going to see Tailwind, Trick Room? This is a tough read to make. There's the Tailwind. High horsepower finishes off 4 little Skittles. There's the Trick Room, and now you can get your own Ursaluna in safe. How much is that close combat from one Ursaluna going to do into the other? Oh, this game is so close. There's so many fine margins with this one. It's the weakened special defense. I think I'd be throwing stuff at it switches. I was about to say I would be throwing moves into that Ursaluna. But expecting that, the Scizor has come out. Blood Moon, where's it going? Into the Zapdos. Picks up the KO. Instruct. Blood Moon into the Scizor. Picks up that KO as well. Oh, this mon's ridiculous. Here comes the Ursaluna, minus those stat drops. And the Slowking. One Ursaluna protects. I'll play. There's the light screen. Close combat. Into the protect. This is tense. It is leftovers. Slowking burned by his Flame Orb. Rangaroo switches out. Looking to get that Intimidate down with the Overquill. Blood Moon is faster. Oh, it's not quite enough for the KO. You have to think this close combat. Oh, Scald. Yeah. Close combat is now going to pick up. That was a great turn for TCL. Oh, of course, it was still Tailwind up. That's why Blood Moon was able to outspeed. That means this is the last turn of Trick Room. Error coming out from PCL. Into the Slow King once again. Terra Water. Removing its dark weakness. Foul play. Picks up the Ursaluna. Wow! I was not expecting that. Gold into Pop Rocks. Crunch. Still does a ton of damage. Crucially, it is now faster, thanks to that Trick Room expiring. And the Ohio City Dogis advance to the semi-finals of the Regal Draft League to face Chris and the Philadelphia Politoeds. That was an absolutely fantastic match. Once again, game 3 was just so tense, so close. Yeah, kind of speechless. I don't know what to say about it. It's wow. Knew that was going to be a close battle between two very, very strong teams and two very good coaches. Those reads in game 2 from Twim were absolutely crucial. And I think once they picked up that first win of the set, it was going to be very difficult to stop them taking the entire match. Huge congrats to TCL on what has been a fantastic season. I'm looking forward to the semi-final now. Twin was, of course, my pick to win it all. So, pulled one semi-final right, at least. Over to the B side of the bracket, where San Diego Skeledirge absolutely decimated the Welsh Woobats to advance to the semi-finals. Of course, that video is on the channel. Link, as always, in the description. But who is going to be facing reigning champion Otter in that semi-final match? Is it going to be of Tommy, or is it going to be Wheeze looking for size spam revenge? Alaskan Articunos versus the Albuquerque Appletun. Another matchup of a team with massive momentum versus a team that kind of stumbled its way into the playoffs. In their previous meeting, the Appletun ran out 2-0 winners. Since then, Articunos have overhauled their squad, and fortunately for Wheeze, those additions seem tailor-made for this matchup. And Jugulus gives them another option into Sizepam. Jalapin and Haunter are really good into Dondozo. With the momentum and these squad changes, I think Tommy has the advantage. There is, however, one mode I can see giving the Articunos absolute fits if played well. And that is Beat Up, Annihilate. With the support options Wheeze has, keep the Angramonke safe. This thing could be an absolute nightmare for the Articunos to deal with. The Articunos have options in this matchup, but I think Jugulus looks great, either in the bulky support role or as a fast attacker. It's great into Sizepam. it can hit 8 really hard. And as a flying type, it's good into Dondozo by being immune to those earthquakes. Unfortunately for the Appletun, I don't see how they win this outside of Annihilate or Tommy reattaching his throwing arm and completely messing up. There are too many variables in the favour of the Articunos. Quick look at the two teams, and I'm shocked to see we bring in Size Spam. With Iron Jugulus and Iron Treads in the opposition, both resisting, well, Jugulus being immune and Treads resisting the expanding force, and Thunderous to Prankster remove the terrain, I would not have brought Size Spam into this matchup. But I'm guessing that Wheeze has seen something that I didn't. The Ape is there. I really thought that the Ape was going to be the key in this matchup. I thought maybe a Dondozo plus beat up Ape kind of squad would be the way forward. Noivern is there with that fast tailwind, and Klefki with the screen support, with a solo Dozo. Now, solo Dozo is surprisingly strong. Solo Dozo is far better than solo Tatsu. But as a bulky yawn bot with some good damage output, it can be a problem for Tommy. On Tommy's side, we do see the Palafin. I thought the Palafin might be good in this matchup, along with that Haunter. Haunter, I almost drafted it myself. It is such a good Eviolite mon. It's got so many tools. But other than that, yeah, it's almost as I would have expected. Yeah, this is going to be a really, really interesting battle, because with Size Spam and no Tatsu, I'm honestly even less confident that we can pull a victory out here. But we all know I am the king of bad takes, so let's get into it. See if I get proven wrong. Here we go, game 1. Noivern and Annihilate versus Thunderous and Jugulus. Frisk on the Noivern, I like that. Wide lens and covert cloak for Tommy. Doesn't want to be missing those T-waves. Also going to help with the accuracy of Wild Bolt Storm as well, so that's a very nice item on Thunderous, actually. There's that Thunder Wave. Into the Ape. I kind of like that play, actually. Just in case it's scarred. Witcheroo. Sending the Choice Specs over to Thunderous. Taking the wide lens. Air Slash into the Ape. Not enough. Take it out. Final Gambit Ape. But doesn't get the KO. Is it Size Spam in the back? No, it's Dondozo. I wasn't expecting that. Thunderous switches out. I was surprised by that. But here comes the Haunter. Error from Wii. Into the Dozo. Error ground. Hurricane hits. That's a risky play. There goes the Tailwind. Wave crash into the Haunter. A crit and still it lives. And a bulky little ghosty. Air slash comes out from the Jugulus. Good chip on the Dozo. And a Will-O-Wisp. Big Whale is burned. Another Hurricane. This time Jugulus avoids. Heavy Slam. Still doesn't KO the Haunter. Wow. Crazy. Snarl comes out. Drops the special attack on that Noivern. Shadow Ball. Whoa. That's a surprising amount of damage. Hits another Hurricane. It is enough to pick up the Jugulus. Wide Lens helping out with that piss poor accuracy. Wave Crash will finish off the Haunter. Back the Thundurus with the Iron Treads. Thundurus does now, of course, have the choice specs. You're not going to want to lock into an electric move with a Terra Groundon Dozo. Noivern switches out. In comes the Indeedee. Psychic Seed, giving it that juicy special defense boost. Terra from Tommy. Into the Thundurus. Flying. Terra Flying, Terra Blast. Picks up the Dondozo. Ice Spinner. I'm going to remove that terrain. Not that it makes much of a difference, but Tailwind finishes for the out. Noivern returns to the field. Oh, it's an Assault Vet Treads. Flamethrower from Noivern. Doesn't do a great deal. Terra Blast should finish off the Indeedee. Yes, it does. Just the bat. Rock Slide. Connect, single target, finishes the job. Game 1 to the Articunos. I'm surprised at Final Gambit Ape. It makes sense if Side Spam's in the back. But Final Gambit Ape with Dozo plus Indeedee in the back, it didn't quite add up to me. Yes, it would have got rid of the speed control, but it seems like a lot to give up just to stop Tailwind when you have your own Tailwind potentially with Noivern. I do like the Trick Frisk combo though. Game 2, Noivern and Ape again for the Appletuns. Jugulus and Thundurus again for the Articunos. Are we going to see Final Gambit once more? You have to think not, with the Prankster T-Wave on the opposite side. There's the Thunder Wave, connecting once more. Flamethrower from Noivern this time. Chips down that Jugulus. Air slash. 3/4 to the ape. Close combat this time. Still doesn't quite get the KO. But you still have the ape on the field. That's an incredibly bulky Jugulus though. But this is Tommy. He does like his bulky nuisance mons. Setting up those hacks. Air slash finishes off the ape. Where's the flamethrower going? Into the Jugulus once again, finishing that off. But we have now had a fairly equal trade, 8 for Jugulus. What does Wheeze have in the back this time? Here comes the Haunter again. This time we do have the Armarouge. Are we going to see Indeedee switching? Here's a Terror from the Articunos. Into Haunter. Terror Dark. I like it. Lost one Dark type, gain another. Electric Terrain goes down, so no Indeedee switch. Shadow Ball into the Armarouge. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. Flamethrower. Again, it's just not the damage output, but it does get the burn. Heat Wave from the Armarouge. Doesn't quite pick up the Thunderous, but the burn chip will. Now the terrain. The press is gone. It's lining up quite nicely for a Psy Spam finish here, actually. Actually, it's not, because of the Armarouge being slower. The Haunter will finish the Armarouge off this turn. Terror comes out from Wheeze. Into the Noivern. Terror Water, resisting that potential Ice Spinner. There is that Ice Spinner. Clears his own electric terrain. Shadow Ball will pick up the KO on the Armarouge. And gets the Tommy hacks. Oh, it was Dondozo in the back. Earthquake. Doesn't affect his own Haunter, but now does affect that Noivern. Do a great deal of damage to that Dondozo though, even with the crit. But Big Fish is burned. Flamethrower into the treads. Does quite a lot considering the Assault Vest. Wave Crash into the Haunter. Thanks to that burn, not able to pick up a KO. Earthquake. Is it going to be enough to take out Noivern? It is. About the Shadow Ball. Can it pick up the fish? No. Wave Crash. Oh, it's gone into the treads. Oh, wait, but it finishes off the treads. Recoil plus burn. Dondozo goes down. Very quick 2-game set. Convincing victory by Tommy. I'm surprised. Yes, in my analysis, I didn't think there was a way Wheeze could win. But I didn't expect it to be such a quick and convincing victory. I was expecting a fairly close, probably 3-game set with a lot more hacks. Let's face it, it's Tommy. There's always hacks. But I just think Tommy put his prep work in and he did a great job there. Wheeze has had an amazing season though, and has proven the worth of Dondozo Tatsugiri in draft on a few occasions. And again, I hope we see the Appletuns next season. There was such a consistent, under the radar team for most of the season. We're there or thereabouts, but not really in the discussions, because you had those unbeaten teams early on. But to go from that week 1 loss to a 5-game win streak was so impressive. I think season 2 we could be a real threat in this league. I mean, there's not much else to say really. The Articunos are really trying to complete that turnaround. Starting the season 0-4? Yeah, 0-4. Now heading into the semi-finals. Confidence has to be sky high. Yes, you're going in against Otter, but where there's hacks, there's a way. There you have it, folks. A huge upset. One of the closest battles we have ever seen. Spam halted for another season. Champion reasserting their dominance. Now the semi-finals are set. 3 comeback stories, and the reigning champion fight it out next week for a place in the grand final. Make sure you're subscribed and have rung that annoying bell so you don't miss what are sure to be 2 nail-biting encounters. And I will see you all right back here.